Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another daily live stream. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Good, I hope. It's a nice, bright, sunny day here in Chicago. We had a pretty cloudy day yesterday. It rained yesterday, so it's nice to have some sun. Hello, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Before I begin, Thomas, Aisha, Megan, Kevin, Lynn, Maggie May, Chell, Miss Peaceful One, Cap Rising, Mandla, Leany, Liver King Fan, Patty, Tanisha, Happy Hump Day, Margaret from Facebook. Am I missing anyone else here? Sleck for the good. Jen, Jody, hello. Welcome. Nice to see you all. CJ, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Mrs. Wig, hello. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for showing some accountability today. Today's topic is let's achieve weight loss. Let's do this together. And when I talk about weight loss, I'm not just talking about weight loss. I'm talking about working on your health and wellness. Let's get you to your goals. Let's figure this out together. Let's do it together as a community. I have been here now, how many days in a row? 60 plus days in a row, 2 months in a row. I continue to show up. I continue to be accountable. I mean, I've been accountable prior to that, but doing these live streams, showing extra accountability, putting an extra layer of accountability on the table is helpful for me. So if it's helpful for you, be here, be present, share what's going on with you, share with other people. You see it in the chat. People talk to each other. They're sharing where they're at, what they're going through, whether good or bad. Gloria, hi. Arlen, hi. Welcome. Oh, my pockets are keys. Anyway, hello, welcome. I know there were some comments here earlier, and I wanted to point a couple of these things out. So Aisha said, I'm still trying to find my groove with fasting. I tried to fast today, but I was feeling hunger pangs. I'm just going to do intermittent fasting today. And this is what and you probably hear me say this a lot, but this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about imperfect consistency. Is Aisha might be in a place right now where fasting for longer periods of time might not be it. Today might not be the day. Yesterday might not have been one. But you can still put other weight loss levers into practice. I had somebody leave a comment recently on Instagram, and prior to me getting on here, they wrote something that said, I've been fasting for weeks now, a bunch of 16 hours and a 24-hour fast, and I'm not seeing results. And my reply to that was, if you're only focusing on fasting, okay, you're doing a bunch of 16-hour fasts. You're getting a 24-hour fast in there. What does your diet look like? If your diet sucks, if your diet's awful, if you're eating more calories every day than you're burning, you need to clean up the diet, or you need to fast for longer. The simplest way I put this is, if you suck at fasting, you better get good at your diet. If your diet sucks, you better work on your fasting. In reality, you need to continue working on both. And when I talk about your weight loss levers, we're talking about fasting. We're talking about the way you eat, the mindful choices you make, the way you exercise, the amount of sleep you get. And the same goes for Aisha here. This is now practicing imperfect consistency. This is now leveraging your other levers. This is working on the other things that you might need work on. which is maybe cleaning up the diet, which is learning to fast for a shorter period of time, but still being able to be okay with that without throwing away the day, without saying time to start over, without day oneing everything. And so I love that Aisha shares this, because tomorrow, and here's the thing, today might be an IF day, maybe it's an 18-hour fast, maybe it's a 16-hour fast, but you get to work on what your refeed looks like. Can you clean up the diet? Can it be better? Can you shorten your refeed times? If you find yourself overeating, can you be okay accepting that and not throwing away the day? Not finding yourself now just eating whatever because, I didn't fast for as long as I thought I would. You know how the story goes, and I will repeat it over and over, but I love to see that even if any of you who are in here right now are not able to achieve what you thought you were going to do, that you continue to show up, that you continue to show up for yourself, show up for other people who are here in chat as well. Thomas asks, hello, can you make no more day one shirts? I have a shirt idea and I can't even get that off the ground right now because I'm moving out of the country. As much as I would love to make shirts at the moment, I can't. If I do make one, it's a different one, but it's a good slogan and maybe it's something that I'll do in the future, Thomas. Thanks for asking, though. Thanks for asking. Thomas, is this a different Thomas? Is this the same Thomas? Because I see Thomas and then Thomas Williams. Either way, Thomas says, wanted to do a 72-hour fast and did a 25-hour fast instead. Still great. I'm pretty bummed about it. And I'll keep doing 24-hour fasts the rest of this week and try my 72-hour fast on Sunday evening. Hashtag imperfect consistency. And here's a little advice too. I get it. I get being bummed about it. This is how many of us react when we don't get through our fast. But again, this is an opportunity to do, okay, you did a 25-hour fast. Is your diet perfect? Has it been perfect? Are you good at keeping your calories in check? Are you good at putting your calories to use to your advantage? Because these are other things that you can continue to work on. I would tell you this as well. Don't be bummed about it. Just look at it as another opportunity to go again. Look at it as an opportunity to enjoy the food that you get to eat and push forward. And then when you say something like, I'll keep doing 24-hour fasts the rest of this week, I love that for you. But at the same time, maybe you might be feeling it after to do something longer than 24. Maybe you'll push a 36. Maybe you'll push a 40 something. Maybe you'll do your 72-hour fast earlier than anticipated. You don't know that. You're not there yet. I mean, if you have plans and you know you're going to be eating every day and you're just going to be doing 24-hour fasts, that's fine too. It's an opportunity to continue working on yourself. So thank you for sharing, Thomas. I don't know if there was anything else I wanted to point out here. Leanie says, did my first finally fasting, which ended today, 55 hours. Congratulations, Leanie. Trying for 90 hours from tomorrow, which will be my second fast. I love that for you. Like I said earlier, an opportunity to just keep going, to continue showing up. I love seeing people be accountable here. I love people sharing what they're doing. Leanie, congrats on getting through your first prolonged fast. Sorry, if you see me looking this way, it's because I'm just reading comments. Jen says, I have to admit that I was a little shocked when you gained so much weight again, but I'm really glad that you're on such a good path again. I appreciate that. And I look at this as well. Just if you weren't here, Jen, or maybe you were, and maybe you've heard me say this, but one of the reasons that I put on all that weight, and for anybody who's watching here who is a little confused, I lost this weight years ago, back in 2020, 2021. That is when I got down to my lowest weight, and I brought myself down to 125 pounds. And then I gained it all back, and nobody saw it. I was gone from YouTube for 2+ years because I fell back into bad habits. I wasn't accountable. And when I was gone for 2+ years, I didn't say anything. I just left because I was embarrassed. I felt guilty. I felt shameful. I felt like I let people down. And that's why you see such a different transition in me today. 680, I don't know how many days I'm in. I don't have my notes up. 689 days later, I'm here, almost 2 years later, keeping the weight off now. And a big reason, one of the things I learned about myself from the first time doing this was I wasn't accountable enough. I didn't want to show the bad with the good. I was only showing the good, only showing the good. There were probably glimpses when I would share my struggle, but for the most part, I didn't want to admit that. And that's the difference today, is that I continue to show the bad with the good. You've heard me say this, or you hear me say this a lot. You've heard me say this before if you're here on a regular basis. It's easy to share when you're doing well. It's so easy when you're doing well and you want to share that. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? And I love to hear it. But if you're only sharing the good days, if you're only sharing when you get through these super long extended fasts, and you don't share when you're struggling, when you're having a hard time, if you're somebody that runs away, if you're somebody that pretends it didn't happen, if you're somebody that if you don't get through your fast, you're just going to say, well, I'm just going to eat whatever now. How are you learning? You're not showing up for yourself. You're not going through that. And I have a little something to share about that as well today. You're watching me right now. It's not like I have things perfected. I still have my own struggles. It's still something that I'm working on every single day. I don't have it nailed down. I don't have it perfected. I don't think I ever will. That's the thing about this journey. This is something that many of you who are here need to understand, is one long fast isn't just going to solve all your problems. Look at how quickly I lost this weight when I came back because I was accountable. I dropped to 80 pounds in less than 5 months, but the journey didn't end. I couldn't keep fasting for 90 hours. After doing it for 5 months straight, I needed a break. I had to learn to fast shorter. But in order to fast shorter, I had to learn how to control my calories. If you've been here long enough, you know that that journey has continued day in and day out, day in and day out. It's something that I continue to work on for myself because I know, listen, old habits die hard. You know that saying, right? And old habits still find themselves resurfacing every now and then. That's why I do these daily live streams lately, because I found myself kind of spiraling out, at least to the point where I was able to catch myself and be like, I can't just let go of this. I need to figure it out. And here we are today. And I thank many of you to be here. I thank many of you being here to help me get through it. That's why when I talk about working on getting our health and wellness goals together, I mean it. That's why I'm here. That's why I answer questions. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not trying to sell you on 8 million things. I give you my advice and my knowledge as it comes. I always appreciate the support, obviously. but this is also helpful for me, and hopefully helpful for you as well. Hi, consistently imperfect. I love this name. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Tanisha says here, I was a super perfectionist in this group. Or I was a super perfectionist. This group taught me it's okay to modify and make changes when necessary. I'll get to whatever I get to. And this is what I mean. This is something that's, we need to let go of the perfection. We need to let go of thinking that we are going to fast perfectly, that we are going to eat perfectly, that we are going to exercise perfectly. You're going to have those moments. You're going to have good stretches of getting your fasts down. You're going to have good stretches of eating well, good stretches of good exercise, hard exercise, good stretches of really good sleep, good stretches of controlling your mental when it comes to emotional eating or stress eating or dealing with anxiety or dealing with feeling overwhelmed or dealing with your coping mechanisms. Every day is an opportunity to build and grow from yourself instead of throwing away the day and saying, start over tomorrow, start on Monday, start on the 1st, quote unquote. I'm just kidding with that one. Do I snore? I don't record myself snoring, but I know that I snored pretty bad before. And when I lost the weight, it's not a thing. If I do snore, it's maybe really lightly, but I'd have to have somebody check and let me know. But I'm almost positive I don't. So. Raymundo says, do you ever eat deep dish pizza? Sometimes. I'm not the biggest fan of deep dish pizza. It is a Chicago thing, yes, but there's a big misconception with deep dish pizza. People think that people in Chicago eat deep dish pizza all the time. I eat it maybe once a couple months. And really the only time I eat it, more so than not, is when people are coming to visit. True Chicagoans usually eat thin pizza, like cracker crust pizza. I don't think it's everywhere around the US, but that is my favorite. Pizzeria Uno, I haven't had that in a minute, but Raymundo, if you come back to Chicago, I would suggest try Pequod's, try Lumonati's, there's this new place called Millie's. I've been wanting to try it, but it's always the pizza. You have to like order it by 10 in the morning. Okay, I need to stop talking about pizza. So anyway, okay. Hi, Jay. I know, Jay, you had commented earlier as well. I'm glad that you're here on the live too. Do I ever fast for spiritual purposes? Not me per se. I know some people do though, but I don't. Hi, Andrea. Hello, I'm late. You're good. You're good. No worries. Muna, thank you for the kind words. We love you, Jerome. Truly appreciate you. The transparency, honesty, and the awesome tips and support. Of course, you're very welcome. I appreciate you being here. I love being able to help other people out. And this is how I say this too, right? I'm here doing these daily live streams. Take advantage of that. If you need help, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to also share my journey and share all of my nerd stats, but I'm here to help too if I can. And I know I can't answer everything, but I try to. And so Jay also says, how do you push past the emotional and mental struggles to keep going? 5 weeks of intermittent fasting, and although I feel better, I hit days of feeling just stuck, negative. What motivates you to keep going? Here's the thing. Okay, so I know this is going to sound repetitive, but this is the best way that I can answer this. For me, the fact that I show up here every single day is my motivation. The fact that I know that I'm building a community that is kind and supportive of each other is helpful for me. So I know that it sounds tacky to be like, just come here every day, just share your journey, but I mean it. One of the reasons that I feel very successful is because I am no longer running away. I'm not using food as a coping mechanism, although I will from time to time. I know it's something that I've been doing for decades, but I also know it's something that I continue to work on. That's why I've been so better when it comes to eating. That's why people who have watched me before, who see the way I eat now, they're like, your diet's so different than what it was before. It isn't perfect. I can still put down food easy, but I continue to work on that. And that's how I've gotten better over time. When you're feeling stuck, when you're having those negative days, it's normal. I think we all go through that. When I coach people, that's one of the things that we discuss. I know not everybody wants to discuss that, but sometimes I just want to make sure mentally they're feeling okay. They're not feeling burnt out. They don't have something weighing on their shoulders. Some people want to be able to share that. And sometimes just being able to vent that is helpful for them. But what motivates me to keep going? For me, it's making sure that when I go to the doctor, my blood work is good. For me, it's making sure that the clothes that I wear fit well. For me, it's getting good personal bests at the gym. For me, it's making sure that when I am climbing the 40 or 50 stairs that I have to climb to get to the top of the train station, because I'd rather not take the escalator, I want to make sure I can do it and not be out of breath. I want to make sure that I can go on my morning walks and feel good and enjoy the day. I want to make sure that I don't have to use food as the answer to everything. There are a lot of pluses that come with it. I don't want to revert back to my type 2 diabetes. I don't want to take medication for high blood pressure. I don't want to lose my health if I can help it. As somebody who has had both my grandfathers who were diabetic, my dad who was a type 2 diabetic, my dad who had a heart attack, my dad who had a stroke, if I can help myself from getting to that point, I'll do what I can. And I know I'm not going to be able to do it perfectly. If something comes to get me in the future, well, I can say I tried as best as I could. But to me, I also think it's a lot to just be like, I'm here today, I'm 44 years old, and I'm in the best shape of my life. And I didn't even think I'd be able to say anything like that, especially at this age. Because at one point in my life, I was like, this is just who I am. I'm just going to be a type 2 diabetic forever. I'm just going to be morbidly obese for forever. This is just who I am. And I'm not. And I'm able to do that without medication. And I'm able to do that without surgery. I've been able to lose this weight naturally and keep it off since then. Hopefully, Jay, that's a little helpful or a little inspiring. Jody says, Jerome, will your channel continue after you move? It will. There will probably be some changes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do dailies. I don't know how good the internet's going to be in the Philippines. So we'll see, Jody. We'll see. But I will still continue the channel for sure. Liver King fan says, Jerome, do you eat pho? Of course. I used to live, if you ever get a chance, just type in Chicago and Argyle, and that was the neighborhood I lived in. And you can just see there's a lot of pho places around there. Hi, Nadine. Nadine says hi from Jamaica. Hello. Hi, Rebecca. It's good to see you too, Rebecca. Hello, hello. Okay, so let's continue on. I actually spent a lot of time with that. That's nice. It's nice to be able to talk to you all. Today is Wednesday, September 24th. Today is day 689 of my journey. Has it been perfect for the last 689 days? Of course not. How could it? Nobody's journey is going to be perfect. I've had a lot of good days. I've also had some rough days. I've had some really good long fasts in the last 689 days. I've also had short fasts. I've also eaten back-to-back days. I've also had some days where I felt burned out. I've also had some days where I overate. I've also had some days where I binged. But I'm not sitting here right now saying it's time to start over. This wasn't worth it. Okay, this happened, so now I'm just going to eat everything known to man. Because this is how I used to cope. This is how I used to deal with things. And I know I don't have to do it that way anymore. Show up for yourself. I love it when people are in here and they're not saying, I'm going to start tomorrow. I love it when people are in here saying, I'm on day 200, whatever, 100, whatever, 73. I love when people aren't starting over. I understand if you're in here and you're like, Jerome, I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start. I get it. I understand. I'm going to start after my birthday. I get it. I understand. But if that is something that you do on a regular basis, if you keep, here's the litmus test on that. If you say you're going to start Monday or today is your day one, the real test for this is ask yourself how many times you've said that before. Think of the new year. Think of after your birthday. How many times have you said, I'm going to start today? And if the answer, you can't even think of how many times you've said it, that's the test. It's time to stop doing that. It's time to just keep working on your journey every single day. This is, hey, Margaret. Margaret says, my husband's from Egypt and his mother sends food home with him every Sunday when he visits her. I can't go visit her because I'm trying not to eat and she pushes the food on me. That's really difficult. And you aren't the only one that has this issue, especially as a Filipino. I cannot go to a Filipino house and not be offered food all day, every day. It's taken a lot for me to just be like, I'm good, I'm all right. But I understand, Margaret. Hopefully you continue to fight the good fight when it comes to that. There are ways to get around that, but maybe something to talk about in the future. Fish Sizzle. Thanks for yesterday's words. You're very welcome. Struggled through that first night, but did it here again. And I love that for you. Continue to show up. Continue to work on your weight loss levers. Figure out what works for you. Be motivated. Stay inspired. I think one of the hardest things is getting through your first day of fasting. I think many people here are trying to maybe do a 2-day fast or a 3-day fast, and that's fine if you can healthily do so. Continue to ask yourself, am I truly hungry right now? Do I have excess body fat that my body can take care of? Am I truly hungry or am I just bored? Am I truly hungry or am I just emotional? Am I just trying to cope in a different way? I don't know. And maybe for you, you've been avoiding asking yourself that question because you don't want to, because you know how good it is to just eat and get that dopamine hit. I've been there. I've done it. I know what it's like. In the last 63 days of my journey, I have been practicing what I love to call imperfect consistency. In the last 63 days, in the last 2 months of my journey, I have done different lengths of fasts, ADFs, some 90-hour fasts, some 65-hour fasts. But you'll also see me eat 7,500 calories on occasion, 4,800 calories, 6,000, 5,000 calories. You'll also see that I went on vacation for a week. But the overarching story here is, yeah, I've had some short fasts. I've had some long fasts. I've eaten some really big refeeds. But the weight continues to keep itself down. I've continued to lose weight. I've continued to maintain that weight. In the last 63 days, my average fast is about 47 hours. So about a 2-day fast. Even on vacation, even on days where I ate 4,400 calories or 6,000 calories or 7,300 calories, some of those days were also fasted. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to fast during your vacation. That's not what I'm saying. For me to fast as many days as I did on my last vacation for a week, I believe I fasted for 3 days, was new for me. After eating like 5,000 or 6,000 calories, I was like, yeah, I don't have anything going on today, or nothing big is happening today. I just want to spend time with family. And being able to do that, knowing that food isn't the only answer, was really helpful for me. You don't have to fast on your vacation. I understand. I'm pretty sure the next vacation I go on, I'm probably not going to be fasting multiple days during that time. But during that week specifically, for me, I just wanted to be with family. We weren't doing anything crazy special. I did go out to eat. I did celebrate on some days, but I was just doing what worked for me during that time. So yesterday was my refeed. Yesterday was a day where I was trying to keep my calories under 3,000. That was my goal yesterday. If you've been here long enough, I show every refeed over the last 2 months. I show everything that I eat, mostly everything. So we're going to get into that right now. Let's talk about my refeed from yesterday. So if you're not aware of how this works, this is just literally me sharing with you all what I eat during my rounds of ADF. I have now completed 8 rounds of alternate day fasts, fasting every other day, eating every other day, fasting every other day, eating every other day. And yesterday was no different. I completed my 8th round of ADF, and here's what I ate last night. So this is a bowl of, it might not be the most appetizing for people, but that's a bowl of cottage cheese and pineapples. I don't know why I've never done that combination before, but it was actually really good. I'm sure there are people here who want nothing to do with cottage cheese, but listen, after not eating for 45-ish, what was my last fast? It was almost 46 hours. After not fasting, or after not eating for 46 hours, pineapple and cottage cheese, really good, really good. So this next clip here, this is me holding a thing of a boneless, skinless chicken thigh. Usually I don't eat the protein right after because I'm usually waiting for other food to cook, but the chicken, the timing was off, and the chicken got cooked earlier than the vegetables did. So I cooked a good amount of chicken thighs. So I was like, okay, let me have one now. So I ate that while the vegetables were roasting, while everything else was being prepared. So that wasn't the only chicken that I ate there. This is about a pound of Brussels sprouts. If you're here, you know I eat this on every refeed. I've been eating this every other day. I have been eating this for a long time. One of my favorite things to eat. That was about a pound of Brussels sprouts. I believe I ate a little over half a pound of pineapples, and it was about 225 grams of cottage cheese. Now, this is about a pound and a quarter of broccoli and cauliflower. It's a lot of vegetables. And I think I ate about 95% of this entire bowl. So if you think about that, right? If you think about everything that I've already eaten at this point, it was half a pound of pineapple, 225 grams, or about half a pound of cottage cheese, a pound of Brussels sprouts, a pound and a quarter of broccoli and cauliflower, and a thing of chicken thighs. So just getting started. Blue Ocean says, what do you think of eating plant-based? Solely plant-based? I can't do that. I mean, people should do what is good for them. But for me, I love being able to eat meat. So I also really enjoy eating processed foods every now and then. If there's one thing that you'll learn about me is I give myself no restriction when it comes to eating. Usually, if I give myself restrictions, that is a trigger for me to then eat, overeat, go out of control. But that's just me. For everyone else, you got to do what works for you. But I don't really think any way about it. If it works for you, do you. Mr. Fufu with a 99-cent super chat. Mr. Fufu, thank you so much for the support. It's been a minute. Mr. Fufu also says, hey, been a long time since I made a live. It's nice to see you, Mr. Fufu. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Thank you. You being accountable makes me want to be accountable. There you go. That's it. You said it. So continue to show accountability. Yeah? Will you do that? That's what I ask for anyone who's in here too. Show accountability. Be here. Mr. Fufu, thank you for the support. I appreciate you. It's nice to see you. It's been a minute. It's been a minute for sure. Okay, so let me get back in here. After eating all of that, I don't know about you, but I love corn. I could literally just eat bags and bags of corn, and I have to be very careful when I eat corn. Yesterday, I ate, I believe it was over a pound of corn. I think it was like 480 grams of corn that I ate yesterday. And I put a little butter in it, salt. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I could just eat corn all day. But I had to restrict myself. I was like, okay, I cannot make another bag of corn. Just eat what's here. And this next clip is more vegetables. But what you can't see underneath that is also more chicken thighs. I ate about a pound, over a pound of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. There is about half a pound of mushrooms and cherry tomatoes. Not a lot of cherry tomatoes, maybe like 75 grams, but stewed. It's really good with the bowl of rice that's underneath that. So there's about, I think, 250 grams of white rice, mushrooms, cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes, and more boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We're just going to watch this scene until I cut to the next one. And this is dessert, everyone. If you're not aware of what this dessert is, this is sugar-free vanilla pudding mix with milk, with protein powder, and with canned pumpkin to give it like a pumpkin pie taste. There's pumpkin pie spice in here, and that crumbly stuff that's on there are digestive tea biscuits. They're like a really subtly sweet cookie type deal. It's a dessert that I've been making now for a long time. I've been eating this pretty regularly at this point. It's higher in protein. The calories are still pretty high on it, but that beats out eating pumpkin pie in terms of macronutrients. Would I rather eat pumpkin pie instead? Sure, of course. Will I continue to eat pumpkin pie every now and then? Of course, sure, absolutely. But this is a really good substitute. This is me now showing you how my diet has changed and evolved over time. If you don't believe me, just go watch my old videos. Go to the playlist where I used to do my refeeds, or it's either called the playlist for breakfast or the playlist for refeeds, because I think that's what I called it. And you'll see how the diet is drastically different than it is today. Does that mean that I don't drink beer or whiskey? Does it mean I don't eat pizza? Does it mean I don't eat burgers or eat pie anymore? Of course not. I still eat that a lot. If you haven't been here in a while, or if you're new here, I think it was about a week ago or a week and a half ago, I was at the Cubs game. I drank a ton of beer. I got a little drunk. And then later on, I went to an all-you-can-eat hot pot place. But even before I went to that hot pot place, I was eating a bunch of hot dogs. I ate 9,500 calories in that day. It doesn't mean that you have to eat that way. You don't have to eat as much as I do. But I'm showing you what imperfect consistency looks like. It's okay to have days where you go a little overboard. What matters is the action that precedes that. How can you show up for yourself? How can you show up for yourself? How can you continue to do good things for yourself? Now, here's the thing about yesterday's refeed. My goal yesterday was to eat under 3,000 calories. That refeed you saw right there was around 3,200. So it was a little over. I could have stopped then at that point. But of course, last night, and this is what I'm talking about when I talk about bad habits, because one of the things that I've noticed is when I tend to overeat, I won't film it. And so yesterday, after I ate all of that food, I was like, okay, I'm good. It reminds me of Deja, when Deja was here yesterday, and Deja said something like, I don't know why I want to eat. I'm not even hungry. And that was me yesterday. Yesterday, after you saw all that food I ate, listen, it was over a pound of chicken. How many pounds of vegetables was that? Half a pound of fruit, cottage cheese, another half a pound of that, a bunch of rice, a bunch of corn. I had that huge dessert. I mean, that dessert by itself is like over, I think, 700 calories. I wasn't even that hungry. But what ended up happening last night, after I ate all of that, I was like, well, maybe I can eat a pack of Biscoff cookies. It's only 120 calories. So I grabbed one and I didn't film it. I told you all, one of the things that I wanted to do was make sure that I film everything I eat so I stay accountable. And I didn't. Why? Because I didn't want to. That's an old habit. That's a bad habit. That was me trying to hide it. That was me trying to not be accountable. But I'm sharing it with you now because it's really important that you hear this. Because what happened after I ate that? I went and I grabbed another one. Do you know how easy it is for me to eat those? I ate another pack of Biscoff cookies because, well, I'm not recording it anyway. You know what? I'm going to worry about it tomorrow. That's what was going through my head. That's how easy it is. Luckily, those packages are only 120 calories. But after I ate both of those, if you know me from my past refeeds, I still have those Builder Bar protein bars. Some of you might know what I'm talking about, but that Builder Bar protein bar was 290 calories and I ate that as well and I didn't film it. So those were the 3 things I ate. That isn't overboard though. That is the positive that came out of it. After eating those 2 packs of Biscoff cookies and the protein bar, I said, enough. I can't. I could have eaten more, but I didn't. So I ate an additional 500 calories. It could have gone a lot worse. I could have said, well, I'm going to go for those Oreos I had last time. I'm going to go grab the chips that are sitting here. Because remember, I'm not living by myself. There's a bunch of random food that isn't mine, but I have access to it. This was me falling into bad habits, not recording, not being accountable. Even a part of me that was like, just worry about it tomorrow. Just tell them tomorrow. I don't even film it. Don't even record it. And I didn't. And so when Deja asked or said something yesterday that said something like, I don't even know why I'm going to eat or something like that, I'm not even hungry. That was me yesterday. That was exactly me yesterday. Here's the thing. I look at my calorie count from yesterday, and I'll share this with you all since I have this here. Yesterday's refeed, if you look, not that, but right here. Damn it. I can't get this screen to open properly. There you go. If you look at the very last bullet or whatever you call it, yesterday, 9/23, I had 3,700 calories, 236 grams of protein. I still count it as an 80% day. I didn't go crazy. I didn't have over 4,000 calories. I made a choice to eat a protein bar instead of grabbing a bunch of Oreos or a bag of chips or going to grab whatever fast food is around me. A lot of that is built on habit. A lot of that is built on, Jerome, you need to get yourself together. Remember why you're doing what you're doing. It isn't easy for me every day. Some of you might be watching this and you might think, oh, Jerome's got this figured out. He's on lockdown now. And in some ways, I feel like I am. But it's not like that every day. There's still a struggle from time to time, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Because I know, and here's the thing. Yesterday, I was able to stop myself. And I said, okay, that's it. I went to bed. I got up in the morning. And what did I do when I woke up in the morning? Did I feel sorry for myself? Did I say, you shouldn't have done that? You know what? You're already fucked up. So maybe you should just go eat breakfast now. Maybe you shouldn't go for your walk. Maybe you shouldn't go to the gym. You know, I didn't do that. You all know by now I didn't do that. I got up this morning. I went to the bathroom. I stepped on the scale. I went for a 40-minute walk before going to the gym. I got to the gym and I lifted heavy. I lifted hard. I put the calories to use. This is something that for any of you who are watching this, who feel bad about overeating, who feel bad about eating way too much, put the calories to use. Use the calories to your advantage. Because after that, I had a good lifting session. I walked another 40 minutes. And then I started going about my day, getting to work. Did I find myself breaking my fast? It's taking forever for me to pull this up. No, right? I'm almost 15 hours fasted. I'm not eating today. Today is another fasting day. Today is another non-negotiable day. Today is another get your shit done day. There's no part of me that's thinking about eating or breaking early. Why? Because I ate 3,700 calories yesterday. And that's another thing too. Many of you who know me know that I can eat 6,000 calories, 8,000 calories. I literally just told you a week and a half ago, I ate 9,500 calories. It could have been worse. I have been finding myself in this place where I have been able to control in a different way than I haven't been able to before. Somebody asked me yesterday, and I can't remember exactly who, but it was akin to, how have you been able to limit? How have you been able to get better at the way you eat? It's what you're watching right now. It's this, because I show up every single day, because I'm accountable every single day, because I am not hiding. Yeah, there was a moment of me hiding yesterday when I ate 2 packs of Biscoff cookies and a protein bar. I didn't want to film. I should have, for my own transparency's sake. I know some of you might be watching this and you're like, Jerome, you don't have to film everything you eat. And I get that. I understand that. I know I don't. But for me, I think it's important. For me, it's helpful for me. This is no different when I work with clients, and some clients I work with take pictures of the food that they eat and they send it to me because that's their accountability. You don't have to use all the tools that I use to help myself or the tools that I talk about when I coach other people. But if it's helpful for you, if that accountability is something that you've never done before, try it. See if it's helpful. My goal is to get you to get to your weight goals, for you to fix your bad habits, for you to build good, healthy habits. That's what I want. I want all of us to be able to figure this shit out. If somebody like me, who's 44 years old, who hasn't been able to figure it out for decades, to only figure it out really in my 40s. I know it sounds cliche, but if I can do it, you can do it. That's really how I truly feel about it. Because it's not like I was a skinny kid. It's not like I was a skinny teenager. It's not like I was skinny in my 20s. By the time I was in my late teens, I was already morbidly obese. And to be where I'm at right now, to be at average weight, to be able to reverse my type 2 diabetes and my high blood pressure and do it naturally, speaks volumes for me, and hopefully resonates with you as well. Let's talk about what my last 10 refeed weights were and what my last 10 fasted weights were. So if you're looking at this and you see what's highlighted in red, yes, after a refeed, I'll push up 4 pounds, 6 pounds. If you look at the last bullet there, this morning when I stepped on the scale, I was 6 pounds up. I went from 142.4 pounds to 148.4 pounds. But does that mean that I gained 6 pounds of fat? No. That's 6 pounds of food and water. And tomorrow when I step on the scale and I lose however many pounds, and if you look at this chart again, you'll see highlighted in green, after a 24-hour fast, I'll lose 5 pounds, 6 pounds, right? Did I just dump 5, 6 pounds of fat? No. A reminder that the scale is going to push up and pull itself down, and you don't have control over that. Don't let the scale mess with your head. Don't let the scale then dictate to you that, oh, you know what? It's up 5 pounds. So what's the point of fasting? What's the point of trusting the process? Because this isn't what I want to see on the scale. Look at that. Look at this chart. Look at how the weight has kept itself stable. This is about 3 weeks worth of data, but I've been recording this for a while. I've been recording this for almost 2 years, my weight. And not only has the weight stabilized, but it's continued to drop over time. Because I trust the process, because I know the process works, because I continue working on every single weight loss lever to my availability. You can do the same. If we dig into my nerd stats, my last 29 refeeds, my average refeed time is around 5.5 hours. a little less now. My average calories per refeed, still way more than I want it to be, over 4,000, but it's finding its way down. It's currently at 4,100. My average protein per refeed, really good, over 200 grams per refeed. But it's obviously more than just fasting. This is a combination of fasting and my diet and the cardio I perform and the strength training that I do at the gym, getting good sleep, working on my mental health. My daily step average now over the last 63 days has been close to 16,000. Yesterday's step count was a little over 16,000. My goal is to only get about, I say only, I know this might be more than most people walk, but my goal is to walk 15,000 steps 6 times a week, or on average 12,858 a day, and I'm way over that. And I perform strength training the following morning after a refeed, and that's exactly what I did today. Good lifting session. Now, I say all of this, good days, bad days, but what I like to do is to really dig down onto when I'm having good days and bad days. And I really try to keep my bad days at bay. Yes, some bad days will happen out of my control. Some days, bad days, let's just call them my overeating days. Those are my 20% days. They happen 20% of the time. I follow something that I like to call the 80-20 rule. Since July 23rd, I have been documenting what 80-20 means for me. 80% of the time, I do what I'm supposed to be doing. If you look here over the last 63 days, I've had 53 80% days, averaging a little over 3,000 calories. Would I like that number to be under 3,000? Sure. But let's not forget, this isn't even averaging my fasted days, because a majority of these 80% days are 0-calorie days, which would drive that calorie average even lower. And then look at my 20% days. Look at the calorie average, over 6,000 calories. But look at the frequency of it happening. It's only 10 days out of the last 63. If you look at the actual split, that's not an 80-20 split. That's an 84-16 split currently. You don't have to have an 80-20 split. You can make it 90-10. You can make it 75-25. You can make it even 60-40 if you don't overeat the way I do. You don't have to do it at all. I just do this because it's a helpful tool for me, one that works for me, one that keeps me in check. Wrong slide. That should have been yesterday's slide, but that's okay. That's a calories in, calories out deal, but maybe we'll do that tomorrow. That's my nerd stats for the day. That's all I got for today. So let's do fit check. If you're unaware of what fit check is, that's where I stand back here and I show you what I look like physically. Before I do that, we'll throw up the photos here. I said this earlier, but it's not like I was just a morbidly obese person in the last 5 years. I have been overweight my entire life. During my adolescence, during my teenage years, I was already morbidly obese. In my 20s, in my 30s, and even up until my 40s. I used to weigh as heavy as 235 pounds. Maybe some of you are like, well, 235 pounds isn't that bad, but I'm also 5'3". I'm short. So to be 235 pounds at 5'3". I was wearing a size 38 waist, close to a 40. I'm sure I've worn 40. I just don't remember. Wearing either an XL or double XL adult shirt because I needed something that would cover my belly. And so I'd have to wear big shirts, a double XL adult, even though I was 5'3". And so today Yes, I'm up 6 pounds, so I am feeling a little bloated, but it's okay. We're going to do fit check. I'm currently wearing an adult small sweater. So this sweater is actually a little big on me, and I'm wearing large pants, boys pants, because for the most part, I wear 90% of my wardrobe is pretty much boys clothes at this point. But I'm wearing this sweater because it's a little cooler out, although it warmed up before I got here. And also because I'm feeling a little bloated. So that's why I'm wearing a little of a bigger shirt at this point. All right, fit check. Get a full shot here, full front. This thing is in the way. It just feels like it's fine. Front, side, rear, side. And again, this is a size small adult. I really like this color. This is like a mustard color or something. I wonder if they make it in a smaller size, because I don't think I'm going to take this sweater with me to the Philippines because it's a little big. I wonder if I can find a smaller one. But these pants, again, are boys' pants. I am wearing a compression shirt underneath. You can see. This is where I need this to go. This is where I need to lose right here, right? And I'll continue working on it. My goal is to, and that's the thing, right? Like, I don't even have a number goal, really. I know I say 130 pounds, but who knows if that's really where I need to be. 130 pounds is just a goal I put out for myself. But the real goal for me and for you as well shouldn't be about the number on the scale. The goal for you should be, are you working to lose excess body fat? Are you working to maintain your muscle or gain additional muscle? Because that's what matters to me. For me, when I hold on to my fat on my lower belly, which is also probably a combination of loose skin and belly fat, but that's what I want to lose. I want to get the remainder of that off. I want to get to as lean as I can, as I healthily can. And I know I can do it without having to fast for 90 hours on end. Think about where I'm at today. Think about how long I've been doing this for. I don't even have to do 90-hour fasts at this point. I can fast every other day. Eventually, it's going to come to the point where I'm probably only going to be fasting once or twice a week, because I figured out how to do the other things. I figured out how to work on my habits. You need to do the same. Don't come here thinking that the fast is the only thing that's important, that fasting is the only thing that is going to get you success. Continue working on your diet. Continue working on your exercise. Continue working on your sleep. You've heard me say this before, but sleep is one of those weight loss levers that I think many of us undervalue. We're not sleeping enough. We bring our phones with us to bed. We doom scroll in bed. If we wake up in the middle of the night, the first thing you do is you're grabbing for your phone and checking your shit. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? There's a reason that I don't even bring the phone with me into the bed anymore. It's in a separate room at this point. Well, before I moved and before I moved out of the country, I was living in a studio apartment, so I only lived in one big space. But now I leave it separated. I don't even bring my phone with me. I won't even touch that until I fully wake up in the morning. Hours before bed, rest and recovery is important, is what I'm saying. Okay. Q&A. This is a section for question and answer. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask now. I will answer what I can. But in the meantime, if you're looking for help, when it comes to fasting, weight loss, or accountability. If you're looking for an accountability partner or an accountability coach, you can go to finallyfasting.com. You can book a one-on-one session with me. We can put a game plan and a strategy together. My goal is the same for anyone. I want you to be successful. I want to help you get to your goals. I want you to fix your bad habits and continue to work on good, healthy ones. You also don't need to coach with me. In fact, if you're here right now, this is helpful for a lot of people. I want to make that available to people. That's why I'm here answering what I can, trying to inspire and motivate when I can. This is as genuine and as honest as I can be about it. And I hope you all see that. I'm not here trying to be like, you need to sign up for coaching sessions all day, sign up for this, spend all the money on this. You can support me. Of course, I'd appreciate it. I always tell people you can still go to finallyfasting.com if you want to buy merch like a hat like this or a sticker like this, but there's no obligation either. We all have one goal, and that goal is to be happy and healthy, and I want to help people get to that point. If you do want to support in a different way, though, you can go to the link in this live stream, and you can be part of the Finally Fasting fam. There is a YouTube membership that you can join if you want to support me in that way. If you do, you'll get your name on the intros of the live streams. You get to use custom emoji like this one right here. If you join the higher tier, you get to join us on our Wednesday, either afternoon, late afternoon, or early evening live streams. Usually it's later in the evening, but because I'm currently working out of an office, I can't do the later ones. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't want to be in this office by myself super late. But if you want to support in that way, you can do that. And today is Wednesday, so we do have a live stream tonight. It's a group coaching live stream where we all have a shared accountability spreadsheet where we put accountability right on the table. And it's not just me on the call. Other people will jump on camera. Other people will chat. Other people will just talk through audio. So if that's something that might be of interest to you, you can check it out. Again, you can go to the link in the live stream, or you can click the join button on my YouTube channel, so on and so forth. Son with a $20 super chat. Son, I don't even think I've seen you here before. Son, thank you so much for the $20. It's not even a super chat. It's a $20 super sticker. Son, thank you so much for the support. I don't know what that sticker looks like just yet, but I'll take a look at it after this live stream. It matches this shirt. Son, thank you so much for the $20 super sticker. I appreciate you. That's such a generous donation. Also from someone that I don't remember talking to ever before. So hopefully you enjoyed the content or you find it helpful for you. So son, thank you again. Thank you so much for the support. That was unexpected. I was like, I saw it pop up and I'm like, oh, I wonder who donated, but it's someone completely different. So thank you, son. Thank you. Okay, let me scroll back up here. I hate this squeaky chair. That is the one thing that I will enjoy, or that I will not miss when I move out of this office. Okay, let me see. Muksith. Hopefully I said that right, Muksith. Amadi says, hi, do you consume electrolytes during prolonged fasting? I don't. Personally, I don't. I'm not saying that you shouldn't or that you can't. I know other people do, but for me, even when I was doing my 90-hour fasts or my 160 plus hour fasts, I wasn't. But I think also because I eat so much, I eat in such high volume. I think the one thing that most of you don't realize when you watch me refeed is that refeed, all the foods I eat are salted. I even add no salt to it, which is potassium. And I eat foods that are high in magnesium. So personally for me, I don't, but You don't have to. You can if you want to. If it's helpful for you, go ahead and do so. Miss Peaceful One with a $5 super chat. Now there's a regular. Miss Peaceful One with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Miss Peaceful One says, I'm loving your new shorts you've been posting. I'm glad. I know I've been trying to put more content out, so I appreciate that. Just want you to know I see you. Thank you. And I know you do because I see you in the comments there. So thank you. Thank you, Miss Peaceful One. Keep up the good work, Jerome. We appreciate you. I appreciate you as well. I appreciate all of you being here, but I think you all know that. Miss Peaceful One, thank you thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Miss Peaceful One also says, I'll be going to work shortly. I'll miss our call this evening. Well, we'll go through it. I mean, I'm sure you'll catch the replay. So I look forward to seeing what your sheet has on there. So hopefully you have a good day at work. Thank you. Thank you again, Miss Peaceful One. Maggie says, what information do you put in your spreadsheets? So it's varied. People who I coach, you know what this looks like, but it's a lot of what you probably would expect. When I have these sheets, it fills out how long you're fasted for, what your refeeds look like, what your weight is, calorie-wise. All of those nerd stats you see is pretty much what I put on there. It's not like when I work with people and I coach them, it's not like they have to put everything on the spreadsheet. But if they find that data helpful, because I think you all know data is very helpful for me, I always encourage it because I think it's a good way to see what you're doing and be accountable in that way. So pretty much what I share on my nerd stats is pretty much what shows up on those spreadsheets. Any other questions? Cat Rising says, Mr. Squeak is saying hi. Absolutely. It's annoyingly saying hi. Annoyingly saying hi. Hey, Priceman. Priceman 5 says, hello, everyone. 65 hours fasted. Congrats on the 65. Can't stop since I'm at work, but can't wait to break tonight. Here's to an enjoyable refeed, Priceman 5. I'm jealous because I'm fasting today, but today's a non-negotiable day for me. Today's a no eating food today. Today's a no thinking if I should break today. Priceman 5, congrats on the 65. Okay. I think that's all I got for today, everyone. Thank you for being here today. A very special thank you to Mr. Fufu, Sun with the generous $20 super sticker, and Miss Peaceful One for the generous donations. Thank you so much today for the extra support. To all my Finally Fasting members, thank you. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you for supporting me being part of the Finally Fasting fam. To all my autophagy members, we're doing a live stream today at, I believe, 5:10 p.m. Central. So if you haven't filled your spreadsheet out, fill the spreadsheet out because we're going to go over it, or feel free to jump on and I'll see you later tonight. And thanks to everyone else that's here today. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being accountable. Thank you for being kind to other people in chat and supporting and helping each other. I said this earlier and I stand by it. My goal at this point is to find happiness and health to everybody. That's my goal. If I can get you there without any kind of gimmicks, without spending a ton of money, listen, you and I both know what works. You and I both know what good, healthy habits look like. Your only goal is to abide by them. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to be consistent. Imperfect consistency, everyone. All right. If this is helpful for you, if this is inspiring for you, show up tomorrow. Be accountable tomorrow. Actually, no one even asked me, what time am I going to live stream tomorrow? And I actually want to put that out there so then you all have a reference of what my schedule looks like, because that keeps me in check too. Let me take a look at my calendar for tomorrow, everyone. Tomorrow, okay. We could probably do one around the same time. I would say tomorrow we'll do another live stream around the same time. So anywhere between 12:30 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. Central. I think that's pretty good. It makes me sad though when I think about this time though, because when I finally move to the Philippines, I won't be able to do this time because right now in the Philippines it's 3:30 in the morning and I would have to do this at like 2 in the morning. So we're either going to have to do a morning or an evening one, but we'll figure it out. So, okay. Muskith. My refeed only has 400 calories. Is it underfed? So obviously, if you eat 400 calories all day, every day, that's not where you should be. But if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to lose excess body fat, it's not the worst thing in the world if you're putting yourself at a caloric deficit, right? But if you're trying to fast anyway and you're not able to fast and you're having 400 calories, I think that's still a great way to get yourself in a caloric deficit and then push another fast or then have a proper feed the next day. So, okay, that's all I got, everyone. Thanks again for being here. I appreciate you all. Thanks for hearing me out. It's really interesting because earlier today when I talked about not filming eating 2 packs of cookies and a protein bar, I've come a long way from what that used to look like before. Because for me to be like, what a bad habit to not film the 2 packs of cookies and the protein bar, hiding that 500 calories. Let's not forget where I came from, where I hid and I stayed away for 2+ years and I gained all the weight back and my diabetes came back and my high blood pressure came back and my testosterone tanked and I had no energy. I don't ever want to be in that place again. This is an evolution. This is an evolution for you as well. So I look forward to you being here tomorrow. Hopefully you'll show up. Hopefully you'll be accountable. Hopefully you'll share with us. All right. That's all I got. I'm talking too much. I'm going to wave goodbye and I'll see my autophagy members tonight. Have a good one, everyone. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.